Does a bear poo in the woods? By Jonny Leighton and Mike Byrne. Well, does a bear poo in the woods? Let's find out. It looks like he needs to do something. Does a bear poo in the woods? Written by Jonny Leighton, illustrated by Mike Byrne, and published by mumbooks.com. In the deepest of woodland, at the start of the day, when the sun was just rising and making its way, a shy bear called Barry slept in the trees amongst all the insects, the birds and the bees. He snored like a lion with rumbling roars, dreaming of honey all over his paws. The treetops were Barry's most favourite place. He slept with a big, sleepy smile on his face. But when Barry woke, he stretched and he yawned and growled like growly bears do. First job of the day, shy Barry would say. I'll climb down and go for a poo. But Barry didn't like to poo where everyone could see. He liked a bit of privacy. How hard could that be? No sooner had he clambered down, he felt the peering eyes of creatures lurking everywhere, the forest full of spies. So Barry set off through the trees to find a quiet place, a corner of the woodland where he could find some space. Instead, he found a flock of birds who'd do it anywhere. Pooping everywhere. When woodpeckers weren't woodpecking, they were pooing in mid-air. He tried to find a spot to poo behind the widest trunks, but was rudely interrupted by some bottom burping skunks. Oh. Even in a flowery field, he couldn't quite let loose, slipping in a pooey pile left by a giant moose. Barry threw his head back. He was desperate for release. Help! He cried out to the sky. I need to poo in peace. Just then, Barry spotted the familiar friendly face of wise old Brenda Bigpaw, sitting in her usual place. Barry, stop your grumbling. There's a place just up the stream where a shy bear can poo happily. It really is a dream. So Barry did what Brenda said and set off at top speed, under roots and over branches, wading through the tangled reeds. Finally, he came across the most amazing sight. A quiet, lonely cabin. Good old Brenda. She was right. Barry burst in through the door. At last he was alone. A private place, a paradise, my very own poo throne. He sighed quite happily as he settled down to rest. Can you see? Getting nice and comfortable. This hideout is the best. Oh, I don't have to go trekking through the forest anymore. At least that's what Barry thought before he heard the cabin door. Yeah! You'll have to wait, said Barry. I'm afraid I got here first. The woodsman sped off quickly with a super speedy burst. Barry waved a friendly paw and growled his growly, "Bye!" I mustn't be the only one around here who is shy. So, does a bear poo in the woods? Well, maybe somewhere they'd have to, wouldn't they? Anyway, what a fun book by Mum Books at Buster Books, Jonny Leighton and Mike Byrne. Does a bear poo in the woods?